It's Bob and Tom This Week, starring Chick McGee, Christy Lee, Josh Arnold, Ace Cosby, Pat Godwin, Willie Griswold, and Tom Griswold.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I promised something special when we came back, and I wasn't kidding.
Oh, you weren't.
First of all, I'll introduce you to our staff. We have the Josh Arnold right there in the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair. The Oxford Gold Performance Room features Pat Godwin. He's right over there behind the glass. Oh, sounding great today, Pat.
Fun day.
Christy Lee, Navy Federal Credit Union Newsroom.
Yes.
All by herself, getting ready for a big Mother's Day, celebrating her momhood. Is that a word?
No.
Yep.
Motherhood, yeah.
Maidenhood? No, wait a minute, that's wrong.
Maidenhood? No.
Mother.
Sorry, no celebration. Chick McGee's at the sports desk. Ace Cosby, of course, over there. This is Tom speaking. Willie G there, and we have a very special guest, ladies and gentlemen. As promised, the surprise here in the Bob and Tom program.
Look at this guy.
It's our new editorialist. It's Mr. Jeff Oskay. Please introduce yourself, Jeff.
I'm Jeff Oskay. I'm coming to you from the News You Failed to Mention news desk.
Yeah.
I like the suspenders.
Failed to mention news. Jeff Oskay.
Yes.
That's right.
You got that right.
Oh, is it my turn?
You played the opening jingle, then you go.
Time now for What You Failed to Mention News.
With me, Jeff Oskay.
Yeah. On the Bob and Tom Show.
Okay. Got it.
I know you guys call yourselves news people, but you guys usually only give our listeners half the story, so I'm here to share with our listeners the news you all failed to mention.
Okay.
That's right.
Last week, Christy, you talked about magic mushrooms may be as good as prescription medication for treating depression. What you failed to mention, of course, magic mushrooms are great at treating depression. I've used them for this purpose for years. It's really hard to be depressed when you're singing the Humpty Dance with your friends Rainbow, Sherbert, Unicorn, and Papa Smurf. The scientific report, and I use that, that's in quotes, they issued a new study that reported coffee helps keep you awake.
Yep.
What you failed to mention, meth helps you disassemble your TV set at 4 a.m. And cocaine helps you stay up all night talking to people you hardly know about stuff you know nothing about.
Is that right?
Whoa.
The Girl Scouts in Virginia are now delivering their cookies via flying drones. What you failed to mention, then the Girl Scouts have too much damn money. Either up the cookie count, ladies, or drop those prices. And while I'm at it, hey, Boy Scouts, lose the popcorn. What is it, $17.82? No one wants your overpriced corn. When I was a Boy Scout, we sold candy bars, and they were delicious. So delicious that me and my brothers ate 99% of the box, and my parents were forced to pay for our thievery out of their own pockets.
The American way.
I think, like most parents, I would gladly pay $200 more in fees to not have to have our kids sell stuff. No one wants to sell it. No one wants to buy it. Enough already.
Wow, okay.
See, I had some parents on board with that one.
Can we hear them agree with you again?
Yeah, I'd like to hear that.
Wow, okay.
I like that very much.
The peanut gallery.
Earlier this week, there was a story you guys talked about. Scientists were surprised that there wasn't a baby boom after last year's lockdown for corona. What they failed to mention is deadly pandemics are real boner killers.
Oh, man, there it goes.
A 12-year-old just graduated both high school and college on the same day. What you all failed to mention, he's still a huge dork.
Is that a different one?
Yes,
Yes, that was
Didn't
different.
end with the okay. Okay.
Here, you want another one?
Yeah.
See, they weren't nearly as impressed.
Yeah, okay.
A Hoffman's dragon shark, a 300-million-year-old shark that has been found on a farm in New Mexico. The scientists named it the Hoffman's dragon shark to honor the Hoffman family who owned the land where the shark's skeleton was discovered.
I see.
What you failed to mention, had the fossilized remains been found down the road at the Dixby's farm, the shark would be now known as the Dixby Dragon Shark.
More amusement than anything else.
Dixby Dragon.
I
you
like
see.
that one. We got
It's
that.
a dragon shark.
Yes.
The Dixby
Yeah.
farm, of course.
49% of people surveyed said they would rather Zillow over having sex with their partner. What you failed to mention, most of those people would rather do anything else than have sex with them. My favorite, the couple's looking at the Zillow together. The wife will hold it up and go, "Oh, look, honey, I can see us so not having sex in this bedroom suite."
You combine the two, you see.
And finally, yesterday, garbage men in New Jersey searched for 3 hours in the dump and located a woman's wedding ring that she accidentally threw away into the garbage. What you failed to mention, this is something garbage men would only do for a woman. Don't believe me? I can't even get my garbage men to stop when I'm 30 seconds late bringing down my trash down the driveway. Come back! All right, I guess I'll wait till next week. I've been Jeff Oskay, and this is the news you all failed.
What you failed to mention is Jeff Oskay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Off with the time. Get out of here.
Oh, that is nice. I like the new sound effects board he's got.
Yeah, that's
Maybe we
very
could put a
nice.
little closer to him.
He reaches. Yeah,
It's a mighty long way away there. Okay.
It's a great surprise.
Did you like the
I
surprise?
did like that
Definitely.
surprise.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank
He's
you.
very funny.
Let's go. What do you got?
A man has been rescued after a tree trapped him inside a Port-O-Potty. The Barlow Volunteer Fire Department in Pennsylvania said its crew was called to a location in Gettysburg Friday afternoon.
Did you see this?
No.
This was, yeah, as you mentioned, this happened in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. I heard the 911 call.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, and she said, "What's the Gettysburg address?"
That's what she said.
Yeah, and then,
well,
and then she said, "Well, four
Forrest
scores
Gump.
She said, no, I mean, where's the guy in the porta potty? Sorry.
Well, he was trapped when high winds downed a tree that toppled onto the portable toilet. Assistant Chief Joe Robinson said crews cut away the tree with a chainsaw, then cut the portable toilet open with another saw. Robinson added that the man was, quote, very lucky the large tree had just missed striking him.
Can you imagine? I have a theory. I'll bet that the time spent in the act of defecation in a porta potty is universally shorter than it would be in any other kind of toilet facility.
I think that's a
agree
fair
with that,
assertion.
yes.
Of course, you don't want to
You wanna
spend any time.
Get in, get
Right.
out, of course.
You're thinking, what if this tree falls on it? What if a car hits it? All kinds of things that can go wrong. But so the guy's inside.
Let alone,
Wait a
can I
minute.
get out of this foul place?
Time
That's
out.
right.
Yeah, I've never thought I was going to
No, yeah, no,
get hit by a
no
car.
bizarre
Porta potty.
You have to go in
Where
a porta
are you?
john. It's going to get hit by a car.
Right.
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
I am-
stop using the porta johns in the middle of the highway.
Yeah, those are for the construction workers.
That is such a ridiculous
There's
thing to
no
even
way
think.
you're a real person.
No,
You are a
A
cartoon
stampede of
character.
cattle could run over me.
Imagine on a highway work site.
Oh,
my
my
dad just rolls up. Hey,
God.
fellas, sorry, it's an emergency.
Have you ever had to use
Jeez.
My God.
a porta potty for a major transaction?
Yes,
It's
yes.
it's the worst in the world.
It is. It's not
It
fun.
is the
It's
worst.
awful. And I was in there for a very long
Yeah,
time.
you had to sit in there for a long
I
time.
had to, yeah. yeah.
You weren't thinking about the possibility of somehow it getting knocked over?
No, I wasn't. But I was worried about I was worried about the girls we were trying to pick up, knowing exactly what I was doing. It wasn't one of those things where I could have gone fast enough to where maybe he had a long pee. No. Yeah, it was
Were you at a concert or something?
like a big. It was
Yeah.
kind of
Yikes.
awful. I think I got nowhere. And then she made fun of my high tops. It was a bad night.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
High tops?
because it looked like they had freckles.
You wore high tops on a date?
Not a date, but I was wearing high tops apparently a year or two after they were out of fashion.
With your cargo shorts?
High tops and cargo shorts.
Christy,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yes.
the last part of the story, they had
Yes.
to cut the guy out of the porta potty
Yeah.
with a chainsaw.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
what do they
else
say?
would they use?
But how do they not cut the guy to pieces?
I wrote
Well,
I wrote a joke. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Man is getting onto a plane, and he's holding a piece of a tool. He's got a cutting tool, if you will.
Yes.
And the stewardess says, you can't bring that on here. And he goes, no, I'm allowed to. And she said, oh, is that your emotional support tool? And he said, no, it's my coping saw.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the silence is deafening.
That's kind of a carpentry joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's only because Tom's ruined the term coping saw for everyone. He's always.
I've used that for years, and it never gets a laugh.
Oh, I wish I had heard it not going to laugh. I would have known it just wouldn't get a laugh.
Should always watch the opening act.
That's what you get.
The coping saw, but you'll get an email from a carpenter out there going, "Thank you so much."
I thought they.
And then he'll P.S. I've got a miter box joke for you. Somehow will involve the Pope being
So
locked into
you're
a porta
okay
potty.
with turning off millions of people as long as you can get through to that carpenter?
Oh, I love
course.
it. That's why I love my Fresnel joke. I do whenever. What's her name gets in the news? What's that one? Sharon Stone. And that's an old stage crew joke. No one gets.
Didn't they say that they used a coping saw to get this guy out of the Johnny on the Spot or whatever the hell?
It just said a saw. It didn't
said
say a
saw.
coping.
Chainsaw.
Coping
It's a
saw.
chainsaw.
You can't.
Oh, chainsaw.
See, that was my point. Can you imagine you're sitting in a chainsaw and there's the blade of a. You're sitting in a porta potty and there's a chainsaw blade coming through the door.
Yeah, it'd be scary.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Or grateful that you're getting out.
Once again, for the people just tuning in, Tom doesn't use porta-johns because he's afraid they might get hit by a car.
Yeah.
No, I had. There's one at a construction site I go to on a regular basis, and every
And
once
there's one at a construction site he goes to on a regular basis.
Some mobster's going to walk out one day and go, hey, who's crapping in my... And you're going to open it up. Hey, guess, I hope you like it there, pal. We're burying you in it.
That's not for you. You shouldn't be. Use the
truly
toilet.
can't stand it.
Random construction.
Well, with this guy, the poor guy's sitting in there.
Oh, my
the tree
gosh.
falls on him. He's wondering what the hell's
Right.
going on.
No wonder you're nervous. You're using strange porta... You guys ever get nervous when you're using a porta potty? A couple Teamsters are going to barge in and ask you to get the hell out? No. Well,
How far away is the highway? Indian guy.
Christy, what else is happening?
I have a
over there?
terrific caviar story real quick. if
Okay.
it's
You do?
Okay. Yes. Tony writes in that when he was 9, his parents took him to a wedding, and the reception was very, very fancy, he says. And there was some caviar, and one of the family members said, hey, why don't you try this, kid? Thinking that he would hate caviar on a cracker. Well, he loved it, and all the guests were mingling near the buffet, and he stood there. And he ate all of the caviar. And his mom whisked him away, and he was sort of in trouble because it turns out he had eaten about $1,000 worth.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
Sounds like my son.
Wow.
Wow.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's do it by handsomeness.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm Josh Arnold here at the...
I'm Patty.
I hate
Cosby.
Steven.
That's right. Ugliest, best looking.
That's right. I hate StevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
Okay.
Hey,
Hi, Christy.
being ugly in this room is still pretty good looking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's almost a compliment.
Right.
There we go.
don't know
Let's
what
get
that
back to
means.
the action here. We have Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. We have another song coming out of Pat Godwin today. After that last big hit, that was a good one.
Real quick, we were talking about the dating app Raya, which is this real exclusive dating app, usually used by celebrities. And there was you're not ever supposed to talk about Raya. You're not supposed to
Right.
do. And somebody
it's like
from the
Fight
Daily
Club.
Mirror, one of those UK papers, wrote a story about it as she was dating celebrities on Raya. And this is a quote. Comedians are often short-tempered, not funny in real life, and in desperate need of validation.
What?
They're like, she says, the comedians I dated were like grown-up babies, always in need of attention and on the brink of an inexplicable tantrum.
Well, that's absolutely accurate.
Yeah. Who is this writer? I want to read more of her stuff.
They're very astute.
Christy, you were going through those. I was going, hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad, man. I'm doing okay.
And once again, the fantasy we have here is sadly Bill and Melinda Gates, obviously
Yes.
some great philanthropists, have a lot of money. They've been passing it out, and they're getting divorced.
Yeah.
It's a big deal, big story. And Pat is now interested in Melinda.
And wrote her a beautiful love song.
Yes.
Yeah,
She should
sweet
really-
Melinda.
I'm going to send it to her.
Yeah, you need
Yes,
to
you should.
pitch woo.
I have a question. We all know what Bill Gates did.
Yes.
Make a living. What did she do?
She
worked-
was one of the.
She worked at White Castle.
She was
she worked
one
at
of the,
Microsoft.
One of the very early Microsoft
Yeah.
employees, and
Yes.
I
She's
think
very smart, very brilliant.
Had 1,000
woman.
people working. with
Well, what are
her.
you implying there, Ed?
Nothing. I mean, yeah.
What did she do?
Yeah, you're really
Again,
kind
the
of
reason this whole
judgmental.
divorce is happening is because Bill caught her in bed with an iPhone.
I can't wait until you're married for a couple weeks. That's going to be something. That's
You
how
think
it's gonna
Melinda Gates
last.
sat around going, well, these credit cards aren't going to use themselves?
I didn't imply anything. I just like to know these things.
He's focusing on world hunger and disease, trying
Yeah,
to help people.
You say so.
They did. They do.
Okay, it's why
Their
talk-
foundation
Gave
does a
away
lot of good
money.
work.
Yeah.
No. Again, as I said earlier, for those of you that are big Microsoft fans, if you're listening to our show, if you have Internet Explorer, you'll be able to read the details in a couple weeks. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Christy, what have you got over there?
White Castle. Restaurant White Castle fans, well, they lined up for hundreds and hundreds after the world's largest White Castle is opened in Florida.
All right.
According to the Orlando Sentinel, the 4,567 square foot restaurant opened near Disney World, becoming the first White Castle in Florida since the 1960s.
I was going to say that's Crystal
Yes.
Country.
Customers lined up, Josh, outside the location while vehicles backing up on Darrell Carter Parkway waited for the drive-thru. A video that was posted on Twitter shows cars backed up on the parkway as early as 9 a.m.
How about that?
Other Twitter users reported the line for the drive-thru was nearly 4 hours long.
Wow.
I was recently there, and that was the first thing my driver told me. You know, we have a White Castle now.
Thank you for not doing the accent.
He was a wonderful man, George. He didn't have an accent. What are you talking about?
That's all right.
4-hour line.
4-hour line.
That it doesn't take that long for a
4-hour line.
It doesn't take that long for a White Castle to pass through you.
Sometimes, yeah.
I
So
love those sliders,
theoretically,
though, man.
you get
Me
in line for
too.
lunch, eat lunch, and get right back in line for dinner.
Oh,
There you go.
yum.
Yes.
You ever get the sloppy joes they have at White
I
Castle?
haven't, and you rave about them,
You
right?
do rave about
I got one of their
those.
sloppy joes. It was after a show. It was late night. They were the only restaurant that did the delivery, and I couldn't drive, so I had to get the delivery. And it was a sloppy joe with a slice of American cheese from White Castle.
Sounds great.
And it was the best thing I've ever eaten, Josh.
Wait a
Better than
minute.
steak dinner.
All right.
Really?
Better than a ribeye and a fully loaded baked potato.
Huh.
Threw back 4 of them.
Was marijuana involved?
Oh, Christy, of course. marijuana was involved.
That leads me to this story.
Well, Patty, you have something to say about White Castle?
Oh,
Lines at White Castle since 9 a.m. Tiny square burgers. I'll take a sack of 10. Come on. They're new to Orlando. Onions, pickles, and cheese. Folks call them sliders. 'Cause they slide out with ease. We love you. Yes, we love you. Whoa, that's I. And so am I.
That's the best thing you've done in months. Lines at White Castle.
Thank you very much.
I wonder if they come in the shape of Mickey. Wouldn't that be funny?
A Mickey slider?
A Mickey slider?
Well, they do the chicken rings. Or they
That's
do.
true, yeah.
I'm a
Oh,
big fan
you
of
could
those.
create your own Mickey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's very good.
Pat, when you were sitting there and all of a sudden in your head, Lions at White Castle. Did you laugh for an hour?
Well, I came in early, as I always do.
Yes,
Jimmy.
of course.
And Tom and I collaborated. And we laughed for about an hour.
Now, do you want to tell them what our plan B was?
Inspired
What was my
silliness.
the plan B was, do you smell the fries, Orlando?
I think
A little ABBA.
I think could we work on that for tomorrow?
Oh, I wrote it, but I thought this
Oh,
was
you finished it off?
I'm about halfway there.
Oh, that's
Oh, okay.
funny.
I want to bring that back.
To Fernando? Is that what it is?
Yes, the
God, that's
ABBA
funny.
song.
Do
How
you
could we
smell
not?
the fries, Orlando?
ABBA. It's not ABBA.
Whatever. I would never listen to their music.
Lions at White Castle is my new favorite song. Of any music ever.
Just yelling at your phone because it doesn't have it later on.
Have you heard the new Greta Van Fleet? Yeah, it's great. But have you heard Lions at White Castle?
Who's that sexy man with a deep voice? Ace Cosby, here he is with his joke of the day.
You guys heard that song about the tortilla?
No.
Well, actually, it's a rap.
Oh.
That was Ace Cosby's joke of the day.
See, words have two meanings
Yeah.
sometimes.
Oh, sure.
Sometimes
Homonyms are
three.
fun, aren't they?
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm not-
homonyms.
I promise I'm not being critical, Ace. I love you a lot. I love that segment so much. Should it be burrito instead of
Well,
tortilla?
it started out with a burrito, and then I went to an enchilada, and then
Okay. I was just asking. I didn't know.
Doesn't make any difference. Real bad. Stop it.
Yeah, this is like art history in college. They take any object and we can talk about this forever.
I feel like
Did you ever have to dissect a worm in school?
Yes,
And then you
absolutely.
did and went, okay, there's the one organ. Just the tube inside the tube.
Sure, there's more to it than that.
Well, yeah, a science teacher would tell me. But,
where were we?
Science teachers are overpaid anyway.
It's Teacher Appreciation Week. Don't do that.
Josh, weren't you a teacher?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Very good. I've asked you not to do that joke.
You have? You were serious?
Yeah. We have. Not everyone understands what some of you would consider humor, as opposed to some of us.
All right. If I have to say, I love teachers, obviously.
Okay. Have you ever had?
Do you remember the name of the
Have I ever-
teacher teacher you had a crush on in school?
Yeah. Yes. All of them. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, many.
Yeah. The first one was
Mr. Rosehank?
Your gym teacher?
That's fine.
Junior high. It was Mrs. Bestian, who we cleverly nicknamed
Master Bestian?
Mrs. Brestian.
Yeah.
Boy, she was crazy hot. And then in high school, Mrs. Smith, Dana Smith, was my Algebra 2 teacher, and I got an F.
I got an F.
Yes, because I hated math, and I was terrible at it.
Did you write the word "let's" above it?
And my parents knew that no matter how many times they grounded me or I got in trouble, that I just never was going to get better. So finally, they just gave up.
Did she offer to tutor
So
you?
she said she and I got along so well because I would write jokes and stuff in class while other kids were doing their math homework, and she goes, "Why don't you just become my assistant?" And you can get credit, and we worked it out. So I would just grade papers and like clean overhead sheets for her, and I asked her to prom. She said no, and then she asked me to be a cheerleader because she coached the cheerleaders, and I said no. And
That would have been interesting.
Wait a minute. You asked her to the prom?
You asked a
I
teacher
did.
to prom?
Yes, I did.
I'm more
Aren't there
interested.
laws
I'm more interested in the cheerleading thing. Were they going to shoot you out of a cannon?
Oh, Tom.
I think Tom, I would have been what they call a base.
Yes.
A bom, 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 bom.
Yes.
He wouldn't have been a flyer.
Yeah, no.
Look at him. He can't breathe. He cannot breathe because he's laughing so hard. He's gonna pass out.
She was like, "We need male cheerleaders, and you're well liked. If you do it, I think other guys will follow
That makes
suit."
sense,
and
yeah.
I went, "I
That would have
don't.
been good. That's a
I don't
good
really
idea.
want to." So I became the mascot instead.
Sounds like your teacher put you in the friend zone really fast, too.
Well, she was married, but she was married to a guy named Josh who had the same birthday as me, and I went, "You married the wrong one, Dana."
Oh,
you told her that.
Yeah. Oh, she loved me. She loved me, and
Is she still around? I feel like you need to reach
Don't
out.
ask.
and maybe,
Why am I afraid this is going to end sadly?
I know. I've never looked. I've never bothered to
maybe
look.
she's available. She could be the one.
Oh, Dana Smith, if you're out there, my goodness. St. Louis, Missouri, taught math, and then went on to, I think she's got a job with Lockheed Martin or something. She's, for all I know, she's in the Pentagon.
Developing drones that can systematically find and pick out and murder people.
Yeah. What if you're out
She's on LinkedIn there, buddy.
I ran into what? I ran into her once at a horse track, and
oh, really?
Yeah.
Out playing the ponies, huh?
Yeah, she was. She you know what? She saw me from afar and raced down the grandstand to come see me as I was looking at the horses. And
she clap your erasers.
I go, what are you doing here? And she's like, oh, I have a day off or whatever.
Using her math skills to make some cash.
Right.
And I go, who are you here with? And she goes, my husband. And I said, oh, really? No,
that guy.
No, I actually got to meet him, and I'm sure. Let me just say this.
Your job.
How old would you think she is?
She's probably like 6 years older than me.
Oh, that's doable.
Yeah.
Oh.
So she was, when I was
doable.
17 or whatever in school, she was like 23 or 24.
Oh, Josh, you
Yeah.
got to find her.
Yeah.
I found a couple on Facebook.
A couple Dana Smiths.
Names changed for the purposes of this story, by the way.
Oh, no, it's Dana Smith. I do know her. If you know her, I want to know.
I throw the net out for you.
This could be
throw out the net, give you every opportunity to.
Josh,
While we're at it, Miss Bestian, if you're available.
By the way, Dad, this is your fault because you made Josh prove how much he loves teachers, and he loves this teacher.
I do love. I sent all my teacher friends nice messages yesterday.
Oh, that's
Thanking
so
them.
nice.
Oh, for teacher appreciation?
Yeah, thanking them for all they do.
Are
for
you
you.
kidding me?
Not at all.
What a kiss ass.
Not a kiss ass. Just reminding them, hey, what you do is important.
Apple giver.
By the way, now that we're talking about this,
Apple giver.
we're talking about this when all the teachers are now officially at work. They're not listening.
Oh, you're right.
Good.
There's somebody out there with Raycons in. You know that.
Okay, now
Did you ever have a crush on a teacher, Tom?
not at that level.
Not at
Well, mine
that
wasn't
level.
a dangerous level.
Well, you asked her to the prom.
Yeah, but when she said no, I quickly went with another girl. It wasn't a big deal.
Do you think they would have allowed that?
No way. That's one of the reasons I asked. I knew that it wasn't going to happen.
Okay.
Man.
In today's world,
It's a lot different now.
yeah, a lot different now.
Was it
Yeah.
a successful prom date?
There's no need.
Yeah, I went to 2 proms, and I batted 1 for 2.
Oh. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a Hall of Fame number.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I've got an update here for you in just a second. First off, there's Christy Lee,
Hi.
and then we'll call her Blonde Number 1. Oh, and then I go to the big screen in the room here, and on the big screen I see Pat Godwin,
Hi.
who's behind the glass to my right, but he's on the big screen to my left in the Oxford Gold Performance Room. And then on the there's Christy then down there on the left, and then on the right it's the lovely Jessica Alsman.
Howdy.
We continue our theme of blue eyes with the beautiful blonde Alli Breen in the upper right there. Hi, Alli. And we play a game on this show, which is Where's Alli? Because when we speak to her, it's always different. Now, before I see some
a vagabond.
pillows in the background.
We've not seen before.
We all get to guess. Ace, your thoughts?
I think our wall in New York has brick on it, but that's not brick. So I'm saying,
Okay.
I'm going
Chick, your thoughts?
I said his house.
Okay.
I said Allie's apartment in New York City.
Okay,
Pat
Christy.
said Atlanta.
Okay. Willie, any thoughts?
Boston, maybe? Home?
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to say some relative's house. How do we do?
No, the award goes to Chick McGee. Yeah.
That means you guys get to
His-
French.
His house. I told you.
His house.
Is his house in New York City?
Yeah, I tried to spruce up the background. Yes, it is Midtown.
Ah, okay.
Cool.
Just had a feeling.
Well, you'll recall in an earlier program when you were at your place and Ace pointed out how dusty it was.
No.
Are you tidying up over there?
It's very clean here, and I tried to spruce up my background just because with Ace in mind. That's what I always think about now every time I'm on air. I think about what Ace can see in the background.
He's a real gem, Alli.
He's a Hawkeye.
Now, we have a couple things I want to get to first before we start. We have this. You probably heard about the demise of the marriage of Bill and Melinda Gates.
Of course.
That sort of rare celebrity status of the ultra rich. In the case of Mr. Gates, a self-made man, of course, and they're great people. They give tons of money away, but their marriage is not working out. And I received this. This is from Bob Zaney's wife.
Oh, she's very funny.
Erin O'Connor posted the following, and I'll read it verbatim. Too soon to refer to Melinda Gates as Bill's Xbox.
Good Microsoft joke.
That was right there. How
rock
did we
solid.
not see that?
I would say thank you. And also we had a situation with Mr. Godwin. One of his neighbors, and this is why I'm bringing this up, Allie. One of his neighbors, a lady, came over and insisted that Pat open up all the blinds. She forcibly opened the blinds.
Yeah. Get some sunshine in here.
And none of them would function after that, so they were open all weekend. And Pat
Wait, this is a neighbor who wanted you to open all the blinds?
Yeah,
Pat?
she was trying to help him, and he didn't need it.
And she's a single lady, right?
Yeah.
Do you think she has romance
Yeah, it
in
sounds
mind?
like she wants to peeping Tom your place.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't. So she's just coming over there because she's being neighborly.
Yeah, exactly.
She doesn't. You're a single guy.
Mm-hmm. Where are you going with this?
I'm just saying. She knows that you've mentioned the horny factor, as you call it.
Oh, I'm teasing, of course.
Can I have a cup of foreplay, please?
Girl, Pat.
Say it again.
So many listeners wanted to know: did you ever get this fixed? Yes, you had the maintenance guy came over and it took him quite a while.
About 3 hours.
And the maintenance guy said, "Yes, these are messed up. It was not user error."
Okay, many people wanted to know. Now we turn to Allie Breen, and by the way, Allie is at the Comic Strip Live in New York City this weekend, Friday through Sunday. So,
Yes.
All right.
Great.
Comedy's back on in New York.
It's back on with Pat Godwin Saturday in Fort Wayne, Indiana at Pierre's, and then Greg Hahn and Willie Friday Cedar Rapids, Saturday Dubuque. So check out some great live comedy. What have you got letter-wise, Allie?
Dear Allie, speaking of stand-up, my boyfriend has a large social media presence. He does stand-up as a side gig. We've been dating for 2 years, and he continues to act single online. I post the occasional picture of us together, but he has never posted one. I've talked to him about it, and he says he likes to keep his private life private, but he's quick to post every other aspect of his life, even posting old pictures of him and past girlfriends.
Oh.
Is it crazy that this bothers me so much? Are most comedians just like this?
It is not. It is not crazy that it bothers you. This is a discussion I have had, and it really did cause some issues.
With a girl that didn't want to publicly post?
She wanted me to be posting more about her, and not in a conceited way or anything like that, but just and I said I'm not comfortable with it. And there were even times where I'd go, "Hey, in my act, I still have some jokes about being single," and I just let her know. So,
and you don't want to give away precious moments of your act,
right?
Yeah, I mean,
there are.
Boy. Oh yeah, I mean I've got a loose 42.
Yeah, that's what I said. The other day when Kosaki said he had a new hour, Josh almost passed out. That's a lot of inside baseball here, but that's tough for a comedian.
Mm-hmm. This is a tough situation.
It is a
Josh,
tough situation.
I think either Christy or Chick will back me up on this. Yeah. I think we all know this. So there's a certain comedian who think is very funny, who had a really solid 4 or 5 minutes about his dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then he would talk about that, and then eventually, I think 10 years after his dad finally died, he managed to jettison it from the act.
That's just one of those weird comedy things.
It's a thing you got to keep.
So she just has to wait it out for 10 years, and maybe she'll become part of the act.
Yeah, no. I don't think this guy's doing anything weird or being shady.
But we're missing the larger point.
It's a professional thing.
He's a comedian.
Yes,
so he's a nut job.
Plus, if he posts a picture of you, people might start bashing you in the comments for no reason whatsoever.
That was one of my big concerns.
My grandma got mad at me because I didn't tag her. I recently did an Instagram post and I didn't put the tag in there to let her know. I go, "No, Gramsy, sometimes people are mean to me on there. I don't need them DMing you."
Right.
Hey there, old lady. Is really that big of a stoner? I don't need.
And it's going to be rare.
Yeah.
But it will. The one time it happens, it's no good. So.
But the pictures of the exes, that's kind of weird. Unless
that is the one thing that throws it.
Or like celebrities
well,
that
but that's
elevate
kind
the
of funny.
status.
That's kind of funny. Yeah. Look at this. Huh?
Does he make it a big deal that they're exes?
Exactly. He
So
could
he's
be.
like opening the door for road mung, if you will.
If people think they want to be posted on social media, they haven't been posted on social. You have no
That's true.
idea what's coming if you
right.
start putting stuff on social.
Right.
Good luck.
Yeah, if you want to wake up to people calling you ugly and awful and,
Allie, do you have
tell them to
pictures of the
post
guy you're dating on your social media sites?
No.
Yeah.
No, I don't. And I very rarely I'll put something up in like stories or something, but it's true. I almost never do.
Right. So
any
this goes both
pictures with
ways.
the boyfriend.
In terms of,
So does he,
Yeah.
by the way.
is that right?
I'm very private on my social media. As a matter of fact, I'm a Sherpa in Kathmandu on my social media. As far as they can, they know what I tell them to know.
Allie, does your guy know? Does he post pictures of you and do you at all?
No, he's really not. He's not into social media at all. So he barely posts anything on Instagram. I don't think he's posted in months. But yeah, neither of us do. And we've never talked about it. I don't think it would be an issue.
Yeah, good.
Dear Allie, my boyfriend and I talk dirty all the time, and it really turns me on. Now we've actually started acting stuff out.
Okay.
Some scenarios are really hot, like I'll pretend I'm passed out asleep or I'll pretend I'm a prostitute, which I really like. But he keeps wanting to go further, like to give me swirlies, putting my head in the toilet and flushing it while he's behind me.
Leave. Time to go. It's over. Leave. Leave. Alert.
I'd like to hear more about this completely normal, acceptable behavior.
No, that is insane. Look up E. coli. Well, I got Clorox bleach in my eyeballs.
That is
like
dirty.
you're a Russian spy, like you're getting tortured or something, or just a high school fantasy of swirlies.
All sounds pretty hot. What? So what? She said. So essentially, she's saying, "Hey, some scenarios fun, others not."
Yeah, and it looks like it's escalating to a place where the scenarios are going to be less and less fun, perhaps.
Okay, yeah.
You need to put your foot down, so to speak.
There you go, Chris.
Is that a turn on for anybody?
Apparently, this guy.
I don't think so.
Tell him, let's not swirly anymore. Look, only do what you're comfortable doing. Tell him you don't like it.
Once you get the water out of your mouth, tell him.
And by the way, I have no doubt that she likes the prostitution scenario because she's handed a wad of cash.
Sure. When you walk in the bedroom and go, why do we have a box of adult diapers?
Yeah.
Time to leave.
Exactly. Yeah. Or time to go, hey, let's pull on the reins here a little bit.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, Nelly.
Yeah.
I was at a restaurant a few years back.
Oh, you did it in a restaurant? Ooh.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And I ran into somebody that I sort of knew, and they were there to pick up their wife. They had they had this whole scenario where she comes in and
role playing.
He goes over to the bar, and
so that's what this guy told you in order to get you away. And that's interesting, isn't it? I've never done anything like that.
I don't know, man.
That scenario in public seems weird, where you're actually acting stuff out at a bar. I feel like I get it in the bedroom, but outside the bedroom to act like you don't know each other would be
I
goofy,
was stunned, and then we talked about it a little on the air, and apparently it's quite common.
Yeah. Don't they find life challenging enough, like bungee jumpers and these people who meet their spouses in bars? Isn't it hard enough to get through the day without creating?
This helps them, chick.
I guess.
Yeah.
Be weird if he came over and she goes, hey, can't you see I'm talking to this guy?
Oh, that would be the best. Sorry, I was getting ready to leave with this dude.
Yeah. Just let him know.
Tells the bouncer, this guy's bothering me. Can you get rid of him?
Throw him out.
In this case, let him know that you're not comfortable with some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but is it one of those things that you say that if he's into escalation and she de-escalates, it's not going to work out? Or you think
you know what? Exactly. Then it doesn't work.
A lot of fish in the sea that don't want to live in a toilet. I'd rather live in the aquarium. Thank you.
Dear Allie, the girl I'm dating says she's a bad texter, but she literally has her phone in the hand and texts all the time when I'm with her. So when I don't get a response when I'm not with her for hours, it drives me insane. Should I relax, or am I right that she's being either disrespectful or shady?
I'm literally working on a joke right now, and it's about people that say I'm a bad texter. It's not that they're bad at texting; they just don't want to text you.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
People forget that the phone is their convenience. It's not your convenience.
Oh, that's a good point.
So if you text somebody, it's like, well, they better text. Well, maybe they're,
my phone might be in the bedroom and I took a nap.
Maybe
or
they're cleaning a septic tank.
Or I took a walk or
Maybe
whatever.
I dropped it when I was giving a swirly to Zelda yesterday.
No, yeah, I think that there are people that are bad texters, Allie, but I think in this specific case, it's just a person that does not want to be texting this person a lot.
Or they're playing a game. You know, girls will play the game. Oh, I'm not going to answer that for a while. See what he thinks. Yeah.
Sort of slightly unrelated. Aren't you in awe of people who have the thing on their phone that lets you know that they've read your text?
Yes.
Aren't you, God,
Oh,
my God, the balls it takes.
Yes.
I've got it on, and I've got it on for a reason.
What's your reason?
If I want to let you know that I read it. If I don't reply, then I didn't reply.
How about
all
that?
That's the news.
That's
There you go.
interesting.
Willie says, kiss my ass.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay.
I stopped checking all DMs on every social platform just because, well, one, they're kind of weird
I bet you get some weird ones, yeah.
and aggressive, but then it tells you that they've read them. Like, you know what? I'll just never read them.
Yeah.
So you'll never know.
Oh, on social media, you can't turn that off. The thing that tells you if it's been read. I've never checked those.
I don't even check
don't
into
know.
it. If I just don't click on it, they won't know.
Yeah.
So don't send me a message if you actually know me because I don't check Facebook.
Okay, let's move on. We need another
People
one.
do
Allie.
get crazy about that, though. Like, I had a friend who started dating a comic or hooked up with a comic under the guise that they would like try to have a relationship. And he right away was like, listen, I'm going to be on the road for a couple weeks, so I'm not going to be in touch. And I was like, you have a cell phone. Like, there's no place on earth you're not in touch with someone anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
And she believed it and waited 3 weeks for him to get back, and he still didn't get in touch with her. And I was like, no.
That's so sad.
So we go from the toilet to dumping.
Yeah.
It all ties in. Okay, one more letter, Allie.
Dear Allie, I just moved in with my boyfriend and we have an issue. He farts incessantly in his sleep.
Okay.
I thought snoring was bad, but this is insane. Is there anything I can do?
No.
Yes, get a match
Stop feeding him beans.
or a lighter.
Start getting some fireworks
Sleep in
going.
a different room.
Maybe you're farting too, lady. You don't know.
Yeah.
You may, perhaps there's some medical condition. Some dietary issue, maybe as simple as getting the, what is it called, Beano?
Yeah.
Is that the,
Beano.
Right?
whatever the,
Oh, right, there
the,
is
the
stuff
pill that
that you could
chemically
try.
deactivates the flatulence somehow?
It's actually a pretty decent bit of advice there. Give him some Beano, see if it works.
Yep.
But yeah, but slip it to him, sneak it.
Yeah, sneak it. Yeah.
just
No. Yeah, that might be
just
the
for fun. He doesn't know that he has the drink with the Beano.
We should not be encouraging people to slip drugs to their
Use anything in their drinks, Tom.
Hey there, Cosby.
That's right, Rick. One of the drinks will have a straw in it. Don't drink that one, Rick. It has the Beano in it, Rick.
Honey, come here. What'd you do to the drinks?
I like to fart.
I haven't farted in 4 months.
Come here, Slim. I like to fart.
Fart again.
You like to what?
Fart.
Okay, thanks.
And fun.
I believe this is the beginning of a farty friendship.
Allie Breen is
Louie,
at
it's
the
not
comic strip live in New York City this weekend, Allie.
Yes.
And once again, Greg Hahn and Willie, Cedar Rapids Friday, Dubuque Saturday, Pat Godwin, Fort Wayne, the legendary Pierres.
Yes.
Open again for business with Pat on Saturday night. Should be some great shows. If you want to get a hold of Allie, it's ALLIBREEN, Allie Breen, on all social media platforms. Tell us your love troubles, and we'll try to give you a hand. Thank you very much, Allie.
Thanks,
Have a
Allie.
great day,
guys.
Be well.
Watch the entire show live or on demand at bobandtom.com or listen live with the Bob and Tom app. And be sure to tune in next time for more Bob and Tom Tonight.